Hello, my name is Kathy Dennis, and I am the Senior Director for Jewish Council for the Aging Interages Intergenerational Program. I want to welcome you to today's interview. We will have an intergenerational interview with Ms. Brenda Wolff, and she is being interviewed by Sariah. So you guys can get started. Thank you.
So hello, my name is Sariah, and I'm a rising 7th grader at Redland Middle School. Today, I'm interviewing Brenda Wolff, President of the MCPS Board of Education. So let's start off by telling a little bit about yourself. What are some of your hobbies and interests?
Well, my biggest hobby is traveling. And with the pandemic, I have not been able to do that. But if I'm honest, I would say I haven't really been able to do that since I was elected to the board, because the board is in session until August. And usually we get maybe 2 or 3 weeks in August and we go back at the end of August. But my travel group traveled in January. Well, January is the wrong month for the board because the budget is voted on, looked at, and redone during that period of time. So travel is my biggest hobby. I'm in a book club. I love to read. And believe it or not, I haven't had time for that. There's so much reading that has been going on that I had to move away from that.
Yeah, I relate to that. I love books, as you may be able to see. And since it's summer, I've actually had a lot of time to spend on books. My second question is, what sparked your interest in the educational field?
Well, I believe that education is transformative. It transforms the lives of students, and that is the way for our students to move ahead and to look at some of the things that they dream about doing.
So I also noticed that you have a law degree from Suffolk University that I saw in your biography on the MCPS website. So were you interested in law before working in the educational field?
When I was growing up, there were not a lot of opportunities to explore things that you could be, so that you were either going to be a teacher, a lawyer, or a doctor. When I finished college, it's sort of like, so what now? I didn't really want to teach math. So I decided, okay, let me go to law school. And that really changed my view of a lot of things. It taught me to explore things from different angles. And I think that's very important for a leader, to be able to listen, to hear other people's perspectives, and then to reach some sort of decision. So no, it wasn't my first choice. I didn't have a first choice because, like I said, now there's so many opportunities that you could talk to your kids about that I didn't even know about. But if I had to do it over, I would do it again, because the one thing about the law is that it opens up a lot of avenues, because it's a broad spectrum of things. It teaches you to think in a lot of ways.
So I also saw that you served as a chief regional attorney in the Boston Office for Civil Rights, deputy director and acting director in the Philadelphia Office for Civil Rights. So could you expand on your experiences there?
I don't know if you know what the Office for Civil Rights does. It investigates complaints that come in about anybody that receives federal funds from the Department of Education. We do investigations of discrimination. So we would go into the schools and actually investigate if you filed a complaint. Now, we also did things like compliance reviews. So periodically, we would just select a school, a university, or anybody that received our funds and decide to do a review to see if they're complying with our laws.
Because you are now the president of the Board of Education, you're probably able to initiate these changes much quicker and make them effective. And is there some advice that you would share to kids or students listening to this that you can use to help achieve so many things?
Let me just say, my biggest advice is to follow your passion. Do something you really love to do, because that way you won't be worn down from doing it, because it can take several years for things to go through. Just because I'm on the board doesn't mean that things go through quickly, because number one, you have to have 5 people vote for whatever it is you're proposing. So there are 8 of us on the board, 7 members and a student member. 5 of those members have to agree with you that this is an issue that we want to look at. And sometimes you need to study an issue to know what to change. And if you don't understand what I'm saying there, think about teacher expectations. If your teacher doesn't believe that you can learn, then they're not doing the job that I would like to see them do. And I don't know why they might be thinking that, but it could be some sort of implicit bias, because you know what? We all have biases. Don't kid yourself, we all do. You know, we filter life through our own experiences, so we bring those biases with us. So, but I want teachers to understand that all of our students matter, number one, and they all can learn. And that if they're not learning, I want to know why.
I just want to know, what's been your motivation through such a long time, almost 27 years? And are your thoughts about your career the same then as it was now?
Probably so. At the time, I wanted to be a pediatrician, but I quickly moved away from that and realized that just was not my passion. And I'm so glad that I did end up going to law school, because I'm able to effectuate that I am passionate about, and that is creating change and creating opportunities for students. I want possibilities recognized in all of our children. Everybody has something to bring to the table.
Yeah, you bring a very, very important message, and I hope that all the kids listening can learn something. So thank you for your time. It's been so nice talking to you.
It's been great sharing with you too.